Return starts from the goal line. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First play is to the air. Going left side, Bowers has it. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 32. Our first carry here to Ashton Genty. Has some daylight through the 40. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. The big play nets him 17 yards. That's a Vegas first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? That's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Zone read, they'll give it to Genty. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. They gain 11 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
That's another Las Vegas first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
They'll go play action. And man, it's Dante Thornton Jr. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slant, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there. When you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On the set.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. His first throw is an interception. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributed to this lead early on.
I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
That
one splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful. Effort.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked out a step or two shy of it. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him, getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce. Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Short pass brought in. Stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got third and very short coming up.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's going to run for it. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Caught by his fullback behind the line. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
19 tight. Let's go now. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Buying some time right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Start. 60 Eagles.
Throw here, 3rd down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Cooper to Dean in to pick it up. That deficit, and that's nothing, Brock. They are right in this game, but they'll make it final if they keep hurting their cause with these interceptions.
Play smart, not scared. That's a mantra that the Colts and Tom Moore and Peyton play smart football, not scared to make a mistake. And right now, he is just making way too many mistakes.
Throwing in motion right. They give here to the motion man. He won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
Johnny Newton on the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
The 2nd down.
Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. On target to Thornton. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10.
Shotgun give here to Jency. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they just get the play off. He beams one deep right side. That one's cut at the 10-yard line. They'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we return. It's an early lead for the Raiders. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this 2nd quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. From the red zone now. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 20-zip lead. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine, you're
pressure off left, and it's blocked!
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel like the whole sideline gets deflated, but I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams, and you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is. So making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, 18. Ready, right?
Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. And down he goes. Raiders got him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He's got Jalen Lane. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Washington first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
To throw again, it's Daniels. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17.
19, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, Panther 11, Panther 11.
To throw, Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Go! 19, Buffalo 18. Mustang 19.
To the air on 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. He completes it in traffic. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 7 on the other side. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. Second down now, 7 to go.
18, pioneer. Let's go. Count, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Come on, come on. Panthers 70 Rangers, 70. Ready.
Daniels throwing on third. Oh, put way too much on that one, Brock. The end zone and out.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Gamble now on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. New set of downs for him from the 31.
First down, Raiders.
We've got a man in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. He's got it deep downfield. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Going back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Good strike downfield to Lane. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On the ready.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Let's go now. 460 Eagles.
He'll throw it. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Get some space around midfield. He takes it down to the 33. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Raiders close it in, and down he goes. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21. From the gun, it's Daniels. Chased out to his right. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. And he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Raiders defense goes in the dime for 3rd down. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Tops, this is Lane. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. This one's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Brings it in. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Daniels and the Commanders looking to tack on 2 more. All
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point.
right, they're going to throw for it. Forced out to his right. And he's in. The 2-point try puts this lead to 16. That makes this a 2-score game.
27. Commanders 11. Dave York to kick off.
On now is York to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And they get to him before it can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. And it's 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Jency. And he made it his 6 yards to begin this one. They've got 2nd and 4.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They're going play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. All the left side. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out.
Raiders.
A gain of 15 there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
1st down, Raiders.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Hits it through the middle. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone, so the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
On the set.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Throw here, 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. On 4th down, they'll bring out Blake Gillikin to punt it away. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. He's got to go back for this one. Great punt. Fair caught at the 6.
1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has it downfield working the left. And he stopped almost immediately after that catch. He's down at the 30. They strike for 23 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down. Now they send them back in motion right. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Connecting on the slant. Spins out of one side. There he goes, right sideline. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
This makes it up to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Throwing now. Daniels. On the move. Headed right. To the right and pulled in by Judy. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Get up. 18 Cardinals.
Daniels back to throw. Has some daylight through the 40. A pickup of 17. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. And a Washington first down. First and 10 at their 49.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Commanders with possession, but they're in a pretty deep hole to start the 4th.
Got it. Ready?
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
Come on, come on. Set. Cowboy 80. I got him, I got him.
To throw, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Washington first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
60 Eagles, 60, Dragon 60. Ready?
On first down, here's Daniels. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. Through the defense it goes, room to burn. He's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 18, Pioneer. Motion, motion. Ready, ready.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now Daniels to throw. Escapes the pocket. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So it'll be third down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they're staring at a fourth down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
He rolls to his right, making the call himself. That's a gain of 10 and staring at that turnover on downs. Instead, they pick up the first.
A gain of 10 yards.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Working now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. They get this down to the 28. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You just see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Able to get it to Edwards. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Headed out right. Daniels here, he rolls the football. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Another give here to Jency. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
At their own 42-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Come 60 Eagles.
Here's Daniels. Chased out to his right. That one's incomplete over the middle. Trying to hit his fullback there. And now they face 2nd down.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 2. Map 70 Timberwolves.
Daniels now. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
3rd and short, Daniels. Cox, this is Lee. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Like it. 18. Find it. Ready.
Again, Daniels to the air. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. After the sack, defense has got to be feeling good. Here comes 2nd and 12.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Cougar 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up third and very short.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
3rd and 1, Daniels. And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
60.
Desperation time here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Running from the pistol here with Jency. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as with that, we sign off from D.C.